better not something we see in stories like this as they develop and break. So the death toll, when we hit the air, was at 26. It moved right up to 34. It is back down to 28, confirming officials say that at least 28 have been killed in these terror attacks, saying more than 170 injured. Well, that was a moment ago. That's been revised down to 166, a more detailed number.
And the entire city is understandably shut down. American citizens have been advised that unless they are near the U.S. Embassy, that they need to hunker down where they are. They're encouraging people to utilize social media and text messaging and not make phone calls because the networks, of course, are just being bombarded. Apparently, there's terrorists that they think that were involved in both of these bombings this morning that remain at large. And like Ben mentioned, they were caught on surveillance cameras, and Belgian media is starting to show those now. And it's really disturbing that some of the response from President Obama that we can play here is not nearly as harsh. I mean, when David Cameron in Britain has a stronger response than President Obama. I'm old enough to remember, and I'm only 30 years old, like post 9/11, when the entire world looked to the United States. You know, from hearing from my parents, you know, and my grandparents, World War II, Vietnam, Korea, Desert Storm, like the entire world and coalitions and allies looking to the United States. If anyone was looking to the United States today, as President Obama kowtowed and capitulated to, you know, a dictatorial Cuban commie regime, then they were highly disappointed in the lack of leadership that they saw there.
A couple of things. President was in Havana, Cuba, as we've been talking about for several days here on The Morning Answer. This was a speech.
He arrived on Sunday.
This was a speech scheduled to give to the people there who were gathered in Havana, Cuba, about his historic visit to Cuba. The president, and we were alerted in the media that he would be speaking